Aloha! Today we're doing something a little different. Instead of a how-to video, we're having a garden talk story. We'll show you what we're doing well in our Hawaii garden right now and what we're struggling with and some of the things we're trying to fix, including our tomatoes, cucumber, an elevated raised bed, and controlling pests. So let's take a walk through our garden. So here's our cucumber plant. We had a Japanese cucumber and a regular pickling cucumber. And the Japanese cucumber plant was giving out a lot of cucumbers, but I think it's on its last leg. As you can see here, we have a few more cucumbers, and then I probably need to take out this plant. As we move along down here, in our bed 2, we have our garlic. That's the last thing we're planting in here, garlic. And then I do have a cucumber in here. And I can't believe how big the leaves are. Huge leaves. But it's doing well. So this is the first time I'm growing cucumbers on this side of the bed. But once all of these garlic are out, then we're going to put in a new raised bed. Oh no, not this side. We're not going to have a new raised bed here. We're going to be building a garden table shelf unit, or at least my husband will. As you look at this bed, this is bed 3. We have a few more onions left. We'll be pulling this out, and then this bed is going to be ready to go to be dismantled, and a new bed is going in here. It's going to be a high raised bed. So this is our raised bed. We had just installed it, and I did a video where I showed what we were planting. So we just wanted to do an update on it. So here we have our lettuce, and then we have a bok choy that I put in here. Then we have a romaine and a Napa cabbage. Our carrots are coming along. Our daikon. And then here, this is my butternut squash. So I just pollinated this butternut squash. And the thing about this squash is I only had this female plant and I had no male flowers. So I went to my nearby pumpkin plant and there was a male flower. So I took that pumpkin flower and pollinated this plant. So I know I'll get a butternut squash. However, if I save the seeds will probably be, some of it might be hybrid seed. So it's like, I may get a squash, I may not get a butternut squash. But I wanted to pollinate this as soon as possible. So it's a bit hot, so the leaves are a little bit wimpy. We have our bulbing onions here. And then we have some beets popping up, but I think the birds are coming in and eating my seedlings. We have our beans growing, our oregano, our marigold, and this is our cantaloupe. And I just saw some bees in here, so they were pollinating the flowers. Here we have some peppers. This is the Hawaii pepper, the Kaolin pepper. I have 2 of them. And then in between here, I just planted some shallots. And then we have our basil, and these are my tomato plants. So I wanted to talk about my tomato plants because in the past, I can grow a lot of cherry tomato plants, but large ones I always had a problem with the yellow leaf curl virus. So what I did is I sprayed the how do you say that? Kaolin
Caitlin,
Kaolin Clay, and I sprayed it on my tomatoes, the leaves, the top and the bottom, to help prevent that yellow leaf curl virus. I'm not sure if this one has it, but this is doing fine, and this is doing fine, and tomatoes are coming out. So if you notice, some of my other plants had this white powdery dust on it, and that's the clay that we sprayed on. It's the Surround WP. It's by Team Grow. So I'll leave a link on the bottom if you would like to order some. Here's our jicama. My husband loves to grow jicama. These are the flowers, nice purple flowers. And then we have some seeds here. Lots of seeds. And then these are all in pots.
Let's see if any jicama are coming out. Oh, this one has a nice big jicama forming underneath.
So here is our grow tower. I love our grow tower. If you have limited space, this is one of the best things to grow in. So we have a lot of bok choy. We just refilled this container. We have our melon, and then we have some shallots growing. More bok choy, and I think this is kai choy. So our shallots, and then down there we have some beans. And this is our only surviving garlic in our grow tower. But it's doing well. So besides the waist-high raised bed and the grow tower, these are two things that are made for easy gardening. It's summertime, so our dragon fruit always does well. Lots of fruits this year. We can always count on our bananas to grow. Sad to say, this is the only pineapple we have left, because the rest of the pineapples we had in our pots rotted away because of all that rain that we had, but this one survived. Then over here we have our papaya tree. In one of our videos we showed my husband cutting the top of the papaya because it was too tall. How he capped the top. But since then it's been growing so much papaya, and they're huge. Oh. And here is our watermelon, and I think, is it cantaloupe?
The first one is the cantaloupe,
Yeah.
and the other two are the sugar baby watermelons.
This is one of the only places where we let our melons just chill on the ground. If not, we have them in containers and they're trellised up. We do vertical gardening. But up here we just let it just go with the flow. And then we have our oils.
My wife's homemade olas. Here you see our blackberry plant, which is getting decimated by all the bugs in the leaves, and every time it has flowers, the flowers fall off, and it's due to the bugs. So I'm going to prune it back and hope for the best again.
Do you remember what this plant was called? You're looking at the underside of this vining plant. And this is what it looks like on our archway. It's like a beginning of a cave opening. So let's take a look in our White House. So here we're starting some seeds. We have chives and peppers, and we have our wing bean. And then we have our chayote. We have a tomato plant in here, another wing bean that we're trellising. This is a melon. We have another tomato here, and then we have a celery here. Then we have smaller containers of tomato. This is a broccoli rab, and we have more seedlings we're starting here. We really enjoy our White House because it is a controlled environment, a microclimate. So a lot of things, the seedlings we start off here, once they start growing well, then we put it out into the garden. And then these plants, we're experimenting this year by just keeping it in the White House and letting it grow. One thing garden teaches us is patience. Not every plant thrives. Sometimes we have to adjust and try something new. So that's what's working in our garden, and we showed you some things that are not working in our garden and some of our future projects. So we love to hear what you're doing well in your garden and what challenges you're facing.
Please like and subscribe and pass the word on to every other gardener that you know. We'd like to try and see if we can help as many people as possible so that they don't get frustrated with gardening.
And I'd like to say mahalo to Debbie from Lanai, who gave us a good feedback
Hi, Debbie.
about our audio. So we hope we solved the problem, and if anytime you can give us suggestions about our video, we'll be more than happy to hear from you. So see you next time. Mahalo.
Bye.